Today, we're going to be talking about color changing on the K1 Max. As you know, the K1 Max does not have any color changing option. Even in Creality prints, it doesn't work. When you put the pause, it doesn't work on the pause. I've been looking at some YouTube videos and some online resources, and mostly I found that you have to take the G code from Creality print that you gotta put into a text editor. You gotta find the specific lines or layers that you want to pause at and then add a command for pause. Many of you and myself, I don't know, maybe it's just me, I am not that good at G-code. That would be quite hard for me and maybe for most of you out there. I found a solution that is very easy. It requires no G-code, it requires nothing other than the just one slicer, which is OrcaSlicer. Okay, here we go. We're gonna be opening OrcaSlicer. I got the version 1.9.0. Once you get into OrcaSlicer, you click New Project at the very top here. This is not gonna be an in-depth overview of OrcaSlicer. It's just a quick overview of how to do color change or filament change on the K1 Max using OrcaSlicer the easy way. You don't need to use any G-code or anything like that. Once you get into OrcaSlicer, if this is your first time, you will not have a printer set up yet. On the top left here, you see this tab called printer, and there's the icon over here. Click the icon. Okay, once this screen pops up, you need to find your printer. In this case, mine is the K1 Max, so I'm gonna put that in. And there we go, Creality K1 Max. You can choose your type of nozzle, 0.4, 0.6, or 0.8. So I'm gonna check that box and then click confirm. Once you do that, your printer will show up right here. I will be loading a model right now. Okay, I'm loading my model. I made this in Fusion 360. This is what I call a pyramid robot. It's a pyramid and it has a robot face at the very top. This is what I'm gonna use to showcase color change in the K1 Max. Go to the top right, click slice plate. And at this point, OrcaSlicer will slice your model for you. You can see the layer lines, you can check the speed, you can do all these stuff. You can just go one by one, use your arrow key to move up and down by one layer. I love that feature. In order to have the machine pause so you can change color or change filament, is that there are two methods. The first method I'm going to show you is the pause function. The second method I'm going to show you is color change or add more colors to your print, and OrcaSlicer will automatically pause or put the G code for pause. Automatically it will do it for you. If you look at the very right corner or right side of the screen, you will see that it has this slider over here. So let's say I want to change filament at line 50. You can see that it has a very teeny tiny plus here. You can right click it, add a pause. You can add a custom G code, jump to layer, but here we want to add a pause. So we click add pause, and as you can see there, it added a pause for you. And if you check the G code, you want to click slice plate again to refresh everything. At the very beginning of the 50 layer, you can see that OrcaSlicer automatically adds this pause print or the pause feature for you, so you don't have to do it manually. You don't have to search for the line that you want to do it. OrcaSlicer will do it for you. All you have to do is just tell it to pause wherever you want the machine to pause. Okay, so that's the first method of pausing. Well, let's talk about this a little bit more. Why would anybody want to do this manually? Let's say you want to change color every 10 layer, right? And you have like a 1,000 layer line to go through. You're gonna have to do that like a lot. You gotta go to 10 and then add a pause, 10, add a pause, 10, add a pause. Well, it's not convenient, right? I know it's not convenient, but it's better than manually adding the pause feature or pause function into your G code. I feel like this method is not for color or filament changing. This method is perfect for if you, let's say right here, you want to put a magnet inside this spot right here. Then you will come to this line and you add a pause. It's like a one-time or two-time pause you do throughout your whole print. That is what this feature is best for. The second method I will show you is color changing, or OrcaSlicer do it automatically for you. Okay, the second method is to go back into your hierarchy over here or your setting over here. You can see that on the second tab here, besides from printer, you have filament. So choose your filament here. You can pick one filament, or you can go to this plus, add one filament, click it. You have two filament right now. Click another time, you got 3. Click another time, you have 4. You can keep going on as how much color changing as you wanted to. But in this case, we are gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 color changing for our model. You can click on the number 1 and this thing will pop out. Now you can pick your own color. Okay, so at this point, once you have your color, how many filament you want it to, once you have that done, go up here into prepare. And now you click on your model. You should see that this color painting bucket is now an available option. Click on it. Once you click on it, all of these options will show up. So you can pick your color up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can click them, or shortcut is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your keyboard. You can choose your tool type: circle, sphere, triangle, height, range, fill, or gap fill. So let's say you want to color this piece white, right? It's already white, so let's do yellow. If you want to color yellow, if you use the circle, it's gonna be very bad like that. It's coloring the top one and the bottom one, so that's not recommended unless you specifically wanted to color your own print. But that's not the point of this video. I will show you what I mostly do. I go to the fill. Now you can see that it's outlined in white. So the first layer, it's gonna be white. I want the second layer to be yellow, so I click on it and it's just gonna do that. If you have awkward or many geometry shape, you can do this gap fill. It's gonna fill the gap for you, but this is a very simple shape. We are just gonna do it manually like this, and it's gonna fill it perfectly for us. The third layer will be red, so let's do that. Then this will be purple. Then the eyes and the mouth will be blue. Look at that. We have white, yellow, red, purple, and blue. So now we are done with this. We're gonna click slice plate, and as you can see now, up here it shows you how much filament it's gonna use. White is gonna use 9.3 G, and you can see that. Filament change time is only 4. I did it once, so if you want to see my previous video of how many filament color change time I did 178 times on a Pokeball. So if you want to see that video, you can click on the top banner, or you can just check the link in the description down below. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my pause that I originally did. I'm gonna click it once on this teeny tiny button here, and it's gonna disappear. It's gonna delete it. We can move the slider and it's gonna do that. See, it's so amazing now. White, yellow, red, purple, and blue. It will automatically add the custom G code for pausing, so you can change your filament for you. Okay, if we go to line 151 and we look at the G code, it will show you right there, manual tool change T3. T3, I think that's for like the Bamboo Lab, which is the third extruder, but in this case we only have one extruder on the K1 Max, so it's just gonna pause and you're just gonna change your filament, then you're just gonna press resume. But enough with talking, enough with OrcaSlicer. Let's get this thing printing. Let's do it in action. Oh, and by the way, in OrcaSlicer, you cannot just send your print to your K1 Max. I think you can once it's rooted. You can either download the G code and then send it over to Creality Print, or you can just put it to a USB thumb drive and then just do it that way. And what is really cool is that in OrcaSlicer, you can see that it has the color that you want it to. I forgot to extrude some of the red out. I was printing with red before, but it's white. I'll go wrap it PLA Plus in white. But I will update you guys once this thing stops at layer 50. And I'm gonna show you, I'm not gonna touch this. We will just have to wait and see. Layer 50 right now. So you see there, it's layer 50. Let's go back here. Soon finish, it's top layer right there. I'm not touching anything. And boom. Okay, never mind. Hey, there we go. It stopped. Let's go. Automatically stop for us. So you can see there, it's layer 51. At the very start of layer 51, it stopped. So there we go. Look at that piece. So now it paused for us. And the temperature is gonna drop to 140 C. It's idling right now. So we can go ahead and press this, extrude and retract. We can retract. If you don't want to change color, you can just click resume and it's gonna resume. Or if you want to add anything in here, you can do it. You can do whatever you want at this point now. But in this case, we will retract, add the next color. Let's put in the gold filament. Okay, so this is from everyone. Silk gold. I got these like a long time ago. Hopefully they are still good. Magic. Boom. You can't move this thing, and I can't reach my hand under here, so remove the top, put the filament in, lock that in. It will tell you that filament has ran out because you retract everything and the sensor doesn't know that you are changing color, so it says that filament is out. So all you have to do is just click refill or forget, but we already got it, so we will click refill, and then we will extrude. White is out of the way, gold will be in the way for the next printing. Resume. Very careful if you want a clean print. It's either you can do a prime tower, or you're gonna have to grab the excess filament that it's gonna spit out. So here is what it's gonna do. Look at that. It's gonna resume, but it's gonna spit some filament out like that, but I couldn't grab it, it was too fast. This is the best way I found to color filament change without touching any G code, without knowing any G code and stuff like that. It does it automatically for you, and it's very amazing. And I'll be looking into the future to see if I can actually make a system of color changing automatically and stuff like that. We will see. Layer 101 it stopped, did not touch anything. This is working so well. Now I will be using gel for red. You know what, at this point I might as well just leave the door open all the way. Look at that. Yeah, if you want to see this video, I will leave a link in the description too. You can check out this video of me installing this 270 degrees door opening for the K1 Max. So let's get rid of that pile and let's click resume. Here, resume printing. So, yeah, it keeps spitting out like that. I failed again. Okay, layer 150. Time for another layer change. Let's go. Let's put in purple. Boom, we got purple loaded in. Resume printing. Okay. 201. It's pausing right now. Look at that. It's making the face for us already. Okay, for the last one, I'm gonna be using Elegoo Rapid PLA Black for the last color. I love these filament. I love Elegoo's filament. Boom, we got the black in. So we're just extruding robot pyramid. Okay, let's resume. Let's catch this. Ah, I got it. Okay, this is our last layer. Our last layer for our robot pyramid. Yay, we're done. Let's go. And it's 100% finished. So now it's just gonna do its thing, and we can take it off, we can check it out and see how beautiful this look. Let's try to pop it. Pop it down here. Look at my robot, look at that. Yeah, it's free. Okay, let's look at this robot right here. As you can see here, it printed so well, man. The silk gold, it's the only thing that wasn't that well was a silk gold, because it's old filament, and silk you gotta print a little bit slow, but it still printed so well. This K1 Max printed so well. Yeah, it's only the silk gold that you can see this thingy, the layer. Everything else is perfect. I think if I use a better filament for gold, it will be so much better, but you gotta be worried about these. So I don't know why every single time it resumes printing, it poops out a little bit more, or it extrudes a little bit filament, and then if you don't catch that, it's gonna, you know, ruin your print. The red one, it was inside, but oh my gosh, dude, this thing printed so well. I think we can get rid of this. Yeah, these things that are just attached to it, you can get rid of it. Yeah, I got rid of this, which is very nice now. And yeah, look at this. This shows you, whoa, it's so nice. Wait, there's no Z seam on the white at all. Whoa, OrcaSlicer slices so well. OrcaSlicer is very nice, but sometimes it's kind of complicated to use. But I will explore more with it. But oh my gosh, look at this test thing. And even the bottom printed so nicely. Look at that, even the bottom printed so well. I forgot to change, this is red ASA from Polymaker, and it just give it this amazing look. Imagine there was an AMAT system with this K1 Max. I bet it's gonna print so beautifully. Oh my gosh, look at that. Everything is so accurate. I'm just in love with this. Even though this is very simple, it still looks amazing with all the color filament changes. Really, we really need a AMS system for the K1 Max. But yeah, man, this thing printed so beautifully. Oh my gosh. But anyway, that is pretty much about this video of K1 Max color filament change using OrcaSlicer. No G-code, no nothing. You just do it in the slicer and it will produce this amazing things for you. But you gotta change filament manually. You gotta try to catch the thing that's extruding out. But I think if you have a prime tower, that is gonna go to the prime tower, and then your print will even look better without trying to catch that less piece bit of filament extruding. But that is pretty much with this video of K1 or K1 Max color changing, filament change. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help support the channel grow faster, join my Patreon. Everything will be linked down in the description. So I'll see you guys next time. As always, keep on printing.